impressive, no? This technology and all these changes ahead of us. And that is also what we see with our customers. How can I deal with this? How can I create some value out of all these beautiful opportunities? And technology is really moving fast. So that is a challenge we took up, and we tried to look with our customers how they approach these marvelous new technology hypes or challenges or innovations, and how they can translate it to their business models. And we wrote a white paper on that, just to guide you, just to help you, and to help us also, like Patrick told you, help us also to guide organizations. This is the journey we have to go together. Now, the second machine age is reality. The world is changing dramatically and quite fast. So the technology that is moving in exponential paces, the existence of the collaboration opportunities for organizations, humans, machines, and then added to that these petabytes of data, the massive amounts of data that we can share and that we can use and that we can try to optimize in order to augment our interactions with our customers, to improve our processes, to make sure that we create new business models. That is the challenge that we are heading for. Now, society is also changing. So it's not just technology that is changing. Society demands us more interactions, more simplicity, more convenience, and on top of that, also more authenticity. So organizations need to change, not just on the technology side, but also on the capabilities that they build and that they integrate in order to create what we call a smarter business. Now, the smarter business we try to define. If you want to study your object, the unit of analysis needs to be defined quite specifically. And so we think smarter businesses are trying to unlock new sources of value. Value that might have existed before, but it creates a new source of value. And it boosts organizational performance. So it creates additional value to the stakeholders in the organizations. And let me be very clear, not just value for the shareholder, but for all other stakeholders involved in that business. And that leads to better offerings, so new kind of services, lower costs for organizations, faster time to market, and as you see, another type of customer experience, because this is quite great. I wouldn't change or swap Lisbeth for that, but it's quite an experience that you saw today. And so we will have to combine digital resources, but also non-digital assets, and I'll come back to that later on. At the same time, we can never think our jobs will be over. When technology is changing, society is changing, our organizations need to be agile and need to be in a constant mode of using insights, thinking about what will happen in the future, using information about innovation, and then create meaningful value for society and stakeholders. So actually, our function for a smarter business can also be expressed in a quite simple way. It's on the one hand, the awareness and adoption for technology. Organizations will have to use technology because that's so marvelous, and there is a bounty of opportunities there. But then at the same time, they need to fuse it, bundle it, integrate it with specific organizational capabilities. When we did a survey, and some of you might have completed that survey, thank you very much for that. We did a survey, we looked for some of those organizational capabilities. We also looked at what type of technology was so important. And most of the things that Steven showed you are at top of your strategic agendas. It's all about big data. It's all about IoT. But it's also about enterprise data management. And obviously, we need to interact with our customers. So customer centricity and ways of interacting with our customers are key. Now, our smart businesses, we'll move forward. Our smart businesses need to have a methodology in order to adapt some of these technologies. And there is a bounty, as I said before. So what type of technologies can you use in your organization? There we look at technology maturity, because we cannot adopt every kind of technology in the same way. And on the other hand, the y-axis, we look at the impact that the technology might have on your business model. And so let's use those two variables in order to prioritize your resources. Because let's face it, all of our resources are scarce. And I'm not just talking about our euros, but also the physical resources that we have, the human resources. And one of those very scarce resources that we all have an issue in managing is time, and added to that, data. So these resources needed to be managed. And if our technology is quite immature, the impact is quite low, we advise to our organizations, observe and follow that technology. We have to look at the potential evolution. Just keep your eyes open. If impact on business model is quite high, we say, hey, let's experiment. Let's do these type of pilots that Stephen was referring to and learn from that. Adopt a continuous learning philosophy in your organization. When technology maturity is there and the impact on your business model is quite low, we say, hey guys, from a more operational efficiency point of view, we need to act. We need to work with this type of technology. And then obviously, when technology maturity is there and the impact on your business model is high, the execution needs to be there. You cannot wait. You have to adopt and transform your organizations. We are working now with some organizations in trying to manage their portfolio of technology in order to improve our models there. And we think organizations can better allocate their scarce resources while doing so. As I said, the function towards organizational performance is not just technology, it's also building your capabilities. And there are numerous capabilities. We identified 10 very relevant ones. It has to do with culture, as Stephen also referred to, and I'm pretty sure that the other keynote speakers for tonight will talk about culture. Secondly, it's also about resources. Resources not just to fund all your new investment projects, but please make sure also you have the necessary room to make some failures. We will make some failures. Potentially, it's quite well to make some failures if we learn from them. Obviously, we will have to look for digital talents, and I think human resources people will have to work with us in order to find all those talentful people and maybe even help train people towards a more digital orientation. Project delivery, making things work, is also a very important capability, as well as a culture which is engaged to work with digital and with new ways of interacting with your customers, creating another type of purpose. Collaboration, create a network within the organization and with your colleagues, partners, other type of players in your ecosystem, enabling leadership, an enterprise architecture, as Stephen showed you, which is supporting your technology endeavors, and then also storytelling. You need to claim your stories. If you have a vision towards interacting with the environment, please claim your story. And then finally, as I referred to the very scarce resource of time, you need to buy yourself some time, create some time within the organization, at the same time to move fast, but at the other hand, you also need to buy some time to shift your paradigms. Now these capabilities, we put them to use together with the technology in a strategy. So organizations will still need a strategy, but not a very strict plan to manage all these initiatives. No, we need to develop a more proactive and continuous way of dealing with strategy, and we label this strategizing. So rather than a noun, strategy should become a verb, to act with strategy. 4 elements are key to that. Create collectively, so co-creation in the future will be very important, even with your customers. Focus on sustainable value. For sure, the purpose must go much further than just the financial outcome of your organization. It's about renewing and finding new ways to optimize your business and your business models continuously, and Peter, my colleague, will tell you all about that. And it's about building networks. working with people in an ecosystem approach, as I told you already. Now, since strategy is a very challenging thing to do in fast-moving environments, we know that addressing complex environments with even more complex strategy studies is not the right way to do. Don't let your consultants believe that. It's about simplicity. Complexity can only be addressed with simplicity. And in our study, we try to advise you, guide you, help you with 10 simple rules in dealing with these challenges. The first one is, my dear people, embrace experiments. We love learning. People love doing stuff, playing. And that's what we should also do in organizations. Embrace experiments. Secondly, we should nurture curiosity. Drive questions through being curious. Investigate stuff and learn from these things. See the brilliance in people's eyes and then work with them from a point of view of curiosity. It's not just about digital. The simple rule should be we should bundle digital and non-digital assets. Your people will still be important. Creativity, ingenuity, the way we are creative in dealing, engaging with people will come from people in the future. So digital and non-digital assets are key. The fourth one, it's about reflection and a systematic way of renewing your business. And we should see this as a continuous process. We should do this over and over again. And then if it comes to resource allocation, we should just adopt what I called the smart adoption model. Help us guide in identifying the technology and link it to your business model. And then allocate your resources accordingly. The sixth one is about recombination. Innovation does not just have to come from breakthrough. We can also reuse, like Lego blocks, reuse existing components of your business models, things that are already there, which have proven their value, and recombining. When Patrick referred to our strategy, Delaware 4.0, we use the term, we recombine in everything we do. That's our slogan. It's also an advice we can give to you vis-à-vis our simple rules. Seventh one, it's about business models. And reflect on your business models, and we will come back to that later on. So craft your business model. Don't think one business model is enough. You should be creative and develop multiple business models, and then throw away most of them, and then try to learn, experiment, and act within a few. It's also about looking ahead, looking much farther than what you currently know. And maybe this picture was not a good one, because we have other types of devices to look into deep space. And so Hubble, it might be, that we should look for a new technology there, but search for relevance at the same time. Organizations should be fluid and agile, so it means, like we heard, don't think in silos. Don't think in your structures as we have them today. Get rid of your traditional organograms, create networks internally, and build yourself some fluid and agile organizations. And then finally, it's all about the purpose. Organizations have purposes. Dig into these purposes and work from them. And that's what will drive motivation in your organization. And that is what will help you to cope with these challenging times. So our 10 simple rules, I think, apply them, try to work with them, invite us to discuss them with you. Some of them might not work for your organization, but together, as Patrick said, we can learn. And together, we can start a small revolution, a smart revolution. Wouldn't that be great?